Good morning, children. In the previous class, we learned the Newton's third law and the applications of the Newton's third law as well as the lab activity. Okay, Newton's third law says that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. That is, action is equals to the minus reaction. Okay, children, today we will be learning about some think and discuss question answers which were given in the textbook. Here, if we can see, here the force exerted by the earth on the ball is 8 newtons. A force is exerted by the earth. Force exerted by the earth on the ball. That means force is exerting on the ball by the earth is 8 newtons. What is the force on the earth by the ball? According to the Newton's third law, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, here the force exerted by the earth on ball is 8 newtons. Therefore, the same force will be exerted by the ball on the earth. Therefore, force exerted by the ball on earth is also equal to of 8 newtons. Therefore, what is the answer? The answer is the 8 newtons. Okay, children. Next, the second question is that here a block is placed on the horizontal surface. Block is placed on the horizontal surface. There are two forces acting on the block. That is the gravitational force as well as the normal force. The downward pull of gravity and a normal force acting on it. Are the forces equal and opposite? Do they form action reaction pair? Discuss with your friends. Okay children, see here a block, an object is placed in the horizontal position. Here a force is exerted in the downward direction, that is the gravity, and here normal force is exerted in the opposite direction. Here, are the two forces equal and opposite? Yes, they are equal. N is equals to G. If it is stable, then it is equals to what? N is equals to G. Do they form action and reaction pair? Do they form the action and reaction pair? No. Even though they are equal, they won't form the action and reaction pair. Why? Because here no action is taking place. As it is in the rest position, no action is taking place. Therefore, here in order to see the Newton's third law, we should have that they should be in the motion. As they are not in the motion, therefore we say that they are not in the action and reaction pair. Okay, children. This is about they are equal in magnitude. Why? Because as it is in the equilibrium position, it is at rest, but they won't perform the action and reaction. Okay. Next, why it is difficult for a firefighter? Okay. Why it is difficult for a firefighter to hold a hose that ejects large amount of water at high speed? Hose is the one. Hose means normally at the firefighter means here the person who is working in the fire department. The person who is working in the fire department, normally when the fire occurs at any position, normally they will use the fire extinguishers in order to stop the fire. At that time, they will be holding of the mouth of that pipe. The mouth of the pipe they will be holding very tightly. Why they will be holding tightly? That is called as the hose. H-O-S-E. Okay. Why it is difficult for a firefighter to hold a hose that ejects large amount of water at high speed? When the water is ejecting in the ejecting outside with a large amount of water is exerting in the opposite direction, there is a chance that this person who is holding of the hose also will be moving in the opposite direction. Due to of that reason, he will be holding of the hose very tightly, he will be holding of the hose very tightly. Okay, why? Because there the action and reaction taking place. Okay, as the water is ejecting outside, okay, he will be holding of the hose tightly. Why? Because if he won't hold the hose tightly, he will be moving, he will be pushed out in the opposite direction. Okay, children. In the same way, normally whenever normally we can able to see the policemen using of the gun. Okay, when the bullet is moving forward with a high velocity, there is a chance that they will be holding very tightly, tightly. Normally in the movies they will be showing that like that, very simply they will be holding, but it's not like that. They should hold it very tightly, stiff. Why? Because it will be moving in the opposite direction with whatever the great velocity the bullet moving, with the same velocity it will be holding in the backward direction. As in the movies, normally as in the defense movies, normally army, the movies related to army, like that, in those movies, okay, we will see that they will be holding, the policemen or the military men, they will be holding of the guns very tightly to their shoulder. Why they holding the gun to the shoulder? Why? Because they will be holding them tightly such that it will be pushing backwards. The gun will be pushing in the opposite direction backwards as the bullets moving forward. Therefore, they should hold the gun very tightly and stiff such that they won't get pain. If not, their shoulder may be broken. Okay, their shoulder may be broken. Okay, to avoid. Okay, therefore, these are the applications of the Newton's. These are the applications of the Newton's third law, children. Okay, right. Next, we are having of the conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. Okay, law of, the next topic what we are having is law of conservation of momentum. Okay, law of conservation of momentum. Excuse me. Law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum says that, okay, law of conservation of momentum says that the momentum of a body before the reaction is equals to the momentum of a body after the reaction. Momentum of a body before reaction is equals to momentum of a body after a reaction. Okay, law of conservation of momentum says that the momentum of a body before the reaction is equal to the momentum of a body after the reaction. Here we are having of the two terms, that is reaction, before reaction, after reaction. Here we say that the before reaction is nothing but it is the action. Before reaction is we call this as the action, and here after the reaction we call this as a reaction. After reaction, that is reaction. Even though we are using of two words, reaction, okay, before reaction is nothing but the action that is taking place, and here after the reaction is nothing but it is a reaction that is taking place. Okay, normally momentum is nothing but momentum of a body before reaction. Normally we write this equation as m1u1 plus m2u2 is equals to m1v1 plus m2v2. Okay, this is the equation related to the law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. This is the equation related to the law of conservation of momentum. The law of conservation of momentum says that Okay, the momentum of the body before the reaction is equal to the momentum of the body after the reaction, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here m1 is the mass of the first body, m1 is the mass of the first body. Okay, m2 is the mass of the second body, mass of the second body, whereas v1 is the velocity of the first body, okay, and here v2 is the velocity of the second body, okay. m1 is the mass of the first body, m2 is the mass of the second body, v1 is the velocity of the first body and v2 is the velocity of the second body. What is this m1 v1 m2 v2? What is this first body, what is this second body means? Here if we consider the two balls, okay, two marbles which are having of the different masses, that is m1 and m2. If they are moving with velocity v1 and v2, here v1 v2 are the, okay, sorry, we take it as u1 u2, okay, u1 and u2. m1 u1 is the momentum of the first body, here m2 u2 is the momentum of the first body. These two bodies, they are coming together, okay, we are making the two bodies to collide with each other. After collision, these two bodies will be moving in the opposite direction, even though, okay, this it is having of the mass m1, but if its velocity is changing after colliding, its velocity is changing. Therefore m1 v1 m2 v2. Okay children, therefore here m1 is the mass of the first body, m2 is the mass of the second body, u1 is the mass of the okay, u1 is the velocity before the reaction, u1 is the velocity of the body before reaction, u2 is the velocity of the body before reaction, v1 is the velocity of the first body after reaction. This is also after reaction. Here u1 is the velocity of body, u1 is velocity of body before reaction, velocity of first body before reaction, and here u2 is the velocity of body, u2 is the velocity of the second body before reaction. Okay children, this is about the equation related to the law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum says that momentum of a body before reaction is equal to the momentum of a body after the reaction, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Okay, here m1 is the mass of the first body, m2 is the mass of the second body, u1 is the mass of the first body, u1 is the velocity of the first body, okay, before reaction, u2 is the velocity of the second body before reaction. Okay, v1 is the velocity of the first body after reaction, v2 is the velocity of the second body after the reaction. Okay, these two bodies, okay, the body which is having of mass m1 and m2, when they possess they are moving with momentum u1 and u2, when they collide with each other, after the collision their velocities will be changing, whereas the masses will be the same. Therefore they get the momentum as m1 v1 and m2 v2. Okay children, next in the next class we derive how we got this equation m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Okay, how we'll get the how we will be able to get the that equation, that we will be learning in the next class children. Okay, that we will be learning in the next class. Okay children. Okay, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is the equation for the law of conservation of the momentum. In the next class we will be deriving that how we get that formula or how we get that equation. Okay children. Okay, the remaining we will be learning in the next class. Thank you.